The illusion of control. He had money, he had fame, he had power, but what he lost was control. Cristiano Ronaldo, once the master of the pitch, now seemed like a pawn in a game being played behind closed doors. After the chaos of Qatar, things didn't calm down. They got even stranger. His explosive interview with Piers Morgan wasn't just a rant. It was a cry from a man who felt betrayed, isolated, maybe even manipulated. Was this really about speaking his truth? Or was it a final act of desperation? Then came the shockwave. Manchester United terminated his contract. Not a negotiation, not a respectful exit, a complete and total erasure. The club he once saved discarded him like a liability. And while the world debated his legacy, Ronaldo made a move that stunned everyone. A move no one saw coming. He went east. Al Nassr, Saudi Arabia. The headlines screamed, "Retirement League." The fans cried, "Sellout." But was it really about money? Or was it the only place left where he could feel like he was still in control? Still, one question echoed louder than the rest. Was Ronaldo escaping the spotlight or hiding from something far more dangerous? The shadow deal. Ronaldo didn't just move clubs, he moved into the shadows. When Cristiano signed with Al Nassr, everyone talked numbers. $200 million. Ambassador roles, lavish mansions, but few talked about what wasn't in the contract or what wasn't public. Saudi Arabia wasn't just a football move, it was geopolitical. Ronaldo wasn't joining a club, he was becoming a symbol, a chess piece in a larger game of soft power, reputation laundering, and influence. His face was now tied to a nation's ambition to reshape how the world sees them and erase what they don't want seen. And Ronaldo, he embraced it. Grand unveilings, royal meetings, media orchestrated like theatre. But the real game was happening off camera. Whispers began to swirl. Private meetings in Riyadh, security details far beyond what a footballer needs. A sudden silence from Ronaldo's closest confidants. And then, an even more chilling sign, the man who once shared every detail of his life on Instagram went silent. Was he being protected or watched? Even his interviews changed. Shorter, colder, as if every word was weighed before it left his mouth, like someone else was listening. And just as the world began to adjust to this new version of Ronaldo, something else surfaced. A name. An individual tied to sports agencies, political donors, and intelligence networks. Someone Ronaldo reportedly met in private. But who was he? What did they discuss? And why, after that meeting, did Ronaldo's public appearances become less frequent? What deal had he really signed? And was it ever just about football? Ghosts in the system. The world thought they were watching Ronaldo the player, but what if they were watching Ronaldo the asset? In early 2024, eagle-eyed fans noticed something strange. An interview, aired on state-run television in Saudi Arabia, was off. Ronaldo's posture, his tone, even his eyes. It was him, yes, but it wasn't him. AI detection software flagged inconsistencies, micro-expressions that didn't align, words that felt rehearsed, lines that mirrored political rhetoric. People whispered, was that even him? Or was the world fed a digital illusion? This wasn't just a conspiracy theory. Insiders from media firms began leaking details of synthetic persona initiatives, where footage, voices, and likenesses could be manipulated with state-of-the-art tech. And who better to test such tools on than the most recognizable face on Earth? As the rumors swirled, Ronaldo's real presence started fading. No more casual live streams, no unscripted moments, just controlled content, monitored appearances, filtered reality, and somewhere deep in a secure Riyadh compound, a biometric scan showed something strange. Two identical matches, two Ronaldos. One, the man, the other, something else. Could it be a stunt, a security measure, or was it something far more chilling? Had Ronaldo, in pursuit of legacy, accidentally made himself obsolete, the ghost of greatness? As Ronaldo marched past his mid-30s, a new ghost began to haunt him. Not one of failure, but of fading glory. At Juventus, he scored goals, lots of them, but trophies, not the ones that mattered. The Champions League remained elusive. The Ballon d'Or, slipping further away with each passing year. Critics questioned his influence. Was he still the titan who could carry a team on his back, or just a remnant of his former self, scoring in empty moments when the pressure was off? Then came Manchester United, a triumphant return, they said. Nostalgia and emotion sold millions of shirts. But what came after was chaos, clashes with coaches, dressing room discontent, a bench role he never imagined. His explosive interview with Piers Morgan wasn't just rebellion. It was a cry, a plea, a final statement from a king who felt dethroned by the very empire he once built. He said he was betrayed. But who betrayed who? Was it the clubs, the media, the fans, or was it Cristiano Ronaldo himself who couldn't let go of the myth he created? And that brings us to the next chilling thought. Is Ronaldo still fighting for greatness, or simply running from the shadow of who he used to be? The kingdom in the desert. When Cristiano Ronaldo signed with Al Nassr, the world gasped. Not in awe, but in disbelief. Here was the man who once ruled Europe now walking away from its throne to the Saudi Pro League. A move hailed by some as visionary, others as defeat. He spoke of growing football in the region, of new challenges, of legacy beyond silverware. But few believed him. To many, it felt like a retreat, a final cash grab, the end of a gladiator's tale. And yet, in Saudi Arabia, he smiled again. He celebrated, commanded the pitch, became the face of a nation's footballing ambition. But no matter how many goals he scores or how many fans cheer his name, deep down, the question still lingers. Was this Ronaldo's next chapter, or his quiet exile? The media didn't forgive. Neither did parts of his own fan base. They saw the move not as evolution, but as surrender. Because when you've touched the stars, even the sun can feel like a step down. So now, we must ask, is Cristiano Ronaldo building a new empire, or living in the ruins of an old one?